that money. Siberian tigers, organically sourced from Narnia. Because, you know, money can't buy you happiness. Yeah, I really see folks struggling. This whole spirituality is like such an expensive business. Like, constellations, 4 days, £1,000, ayahuasca, £700 for a weekend, cocaine, £80 for a gram, and you need at least 3. I would really like to see a single mother working at Tesco's being spiritual with this rate, you know, it's for everyone. No, it's not. I mean, these things just like completely get me off. You see, slave.
Beautiful.
You see, I think you don't really need to get to know me to be my friends. I think after about 5 to 10 minutes, it becomes pretty clear I'm shallow. I mean, incredibly good looking, but shallow. Although, it is hard sometimes, because when I'm alone at night, I just can't cope, because why would God give me these legs? It's just unfair. Did he leave anything for other people? I'm so sorry. You see, my guru told me whenever I get upset, I should look at something beautiful to calm down. Life is beautiful when you're beautiful. Life is beautiful when you're beautiful. Life is beautiful when you're beautiful. Works every time. So, if you want to buy me a gift, you know, it's like so simple. Get me some makeup, jewelry, flowers. You know, just put them in the box with a bow on top and you're on the go. But no, you see, some people go, oh my God, look at her. Look at those legs, they're so long and perfect. She must love to read. Now, I'm not going to go and dissect their logic, first of all, because I would have to Google it. Second of all, there is none. And it took me years to really train myself properly to be able to cope with disappointment, you know, to be able to go from, but do you even know me? To, a book! How did you know? And it's on female empowerment. Well, I always wanted to be female. But what fascinates me is that when people project their visions of me onto me, why is it always some book like, be strong and get a cat? Your soul is sleeping, wake it up. This one also comes with a practical journal with 365 pages because there is nothing I love receiving more than homework. So, if you decide that I would appreciate a book, even though I'm super dyslexic, and I would enjoy reading, get me an actual book, you know? Something like Sapiens, written by a doctor, not a real one though, professor with some very complicated Hebrew name, or something written by Charles Bukowski, Jordan Peterson, Bulgakov, Dostoevsky, you know, something written with the right hand, not with the left ovary, because that's not what they're for. I'll just stick to makeup. But you see, I went to see Jerry Seinfeld recently in London. Any Jerry Seinfeld fans? Good, quite a few. Well, tough luck, I'm not that amazing. But you know, guy's 65, I'm not even half of his age, so cut me some slack. Also, I have better legs. So, but he had like he called it celebrity water over there on like a little chair stool thingy, which I also wanted to have because, you know, if you get thirsty, like, what do? But I'm not a celebrity, so like, I couldn't use that. but I'm still white, so I do demand my privilege. Water! I do everything and he just comes out and goes on. I mean, really. Feeling better already.
More glitter.
Oh, always. You can never have too much glitter. I know, all three of you who are following my work are just waiting for a moment where I take my whip out and punish you, but that's not going to happen today because you've been a nice audience and also I don't like to repeat myself. So instead, I brought you a slave. And a very good looking one, and yes, ladies, he is single. And yes, I do have his number, but you're gonna have to wait until after the show because if somebody interrupts me, there will be blood. And I'm not talking about the movie. But you see, isn't this just fabulous? I mean, I get to abuse him, touch him, and undress him, and call it art. Isn't that just amazing? Are you enjoying it?
Yeah.
I know, hashtag me too. Sugar, except that it doesn't make you look fat, but then I like my sugar, and I like my man how I like my sugar, refined. Especially in this country, I think men are so polite, like whenever they find out I'm Eastern European, they always ask how much I charge per hour. I just think that's so thoughtful, because they don't just assume I give it for free, you know, like I'm a charity. Just because I don't have opinions doesn't mean I don't have an accountant. But not all guys are nice. No, yeah. You see, very recently I had a stalker, a proper one, and the most horrifying thing in the whole story was that whenever I would say to somebody I had a stalker, first question they would ask was, is he handsome? Both men and women. Seriously? I'm afraid for my life, and that's what you want to know? Second question was, is he rich? Honestly, how does your brain process information? Like, if he was rich and handsome, he would be called a boyfriend, not a stalker. And just drop it with these like offensive gold-digging comments constantly, you know, rich man, rich, rich. If I wanted a rich man, I would just go and live with my brother. He would pay for everything, I wouldn't even have to sleep with him. However, if you are into a rich man, and you don't know how rich the guy is, text him, email, whatever kind of communication you have. Doesn't even need to be romantic text, just any text will do. Because you see, billionaires take up to 2 hours to respond, regardless of the time zone, even on Christmas. Millionaires will need up to 4 hours. Now, if somebody needs a whole day to answer a simple question, or like 2 days, yeah, I don't know how much money he has, but he's a peasant, let him go. You do not need that in your life. Or you know he's playing games. There is nothing more off-putting than games. Because you see, games are for children to play. So if you're into children, I'm not judging, but find yourself a proper man and make some. Don't date them. Like, it's stupid. Also, it's illegal. Speaking of children, I don't know if any one of you has a problem, but I just don't get it that every time somebody has a child, they always said, oh, we had a baby. He is 4,364 grams heavy and 45 centimeters long. What am I supposed to do with that? I mean, we have a healthy baby. It's enough. Am I supposed to compliment it? Like, well, that's a very long baby. I mean, is it though? Did anyone ever go, oh yeah, Carol, that's lovely, but I'm going to measure him myself? I mean, nobody checks these things. Maybe they're lying. Besides, if you're telling me weight and length I want to know all the measurements, because yes, he is like normally long and heavy, but you forgot to mention that his ears are so big he could slap me just by turning around. But you see, people always think that I'm the only child, and I'm not, and people are always surprised. I don't know why. But you see, also, in my family, I'm the favorite child. Every family has a favorite child. And if parents tell you that they don't have favorite child, they're lying. So if you go to your parents and you're like, Mommy, Mommy, who's your favorite child? And she says, oh, honey, I love you all equally. Yeah, you're not the one. But you know, it was a tough call between me and my brother. I also had a sister, but she's studying physics. She wasn't even in the running. But you see, my brother, he's like very successful, but also like very decent human being. But then on the other hand, I made a movie with Salma Hayek and Samuel L. Jackson. There was also Ryan Reynolds in it, but I'm not a fan, so you can let that. And you just can't compete with that. I mean, no matter how kind you are. And technically, I wasn't really in the scene with either of them, but by the time the movie is out, nobody will care. I made it. In my family, I'm famous. Oh, back to my stalker. So I had a job at the time, and I was working in an office, and like I had to go there like every day for hours, and you can't just sit there doing nothing, because first of all, that's irresponsible, also unprofessional and unethical. So I watched 6 seasons of Homeland. Fantastic show. I would highly recommend it. But you know, I see some bingers in here. When you binge on something, it kind of gets to you. You know, like sergeants and Langley and Home Office and recruiting officers, spies. So one day I was just there, you know, like writing some emails, and my phone rang. And the guy said, like, hi, I'm calling you from the Foreign Office. Is somebody monitoring my Netflix searches? Because this is creepy. And he was like, I would like to offer you a job. I mean, people sometimes do call me and offer me jobs, but I don't really like working, so I just normally decline. But this sounded very posh, and I'm a snob, so I was mildly interested. So we agreed on everything. We were going to meet up, we had the interview, everything. And then an hour early, he called to say there were no offices available, and can we meet somewhere else? You see, I am very naive, but thank God I'm also very paranoid. You know, God just gave me 2 extra genes of that. He was like, shove it in, she's gonna need it at some point. And I could just see myself clearly, you know, in a white van with no relations to Liam Neeson whatsoever. And yeah, I know you all think I'm just shallow and care about my outside, but my mother says I'm beautiful on the inside as well, and I'm very possessive of my insides. Like, I'm not giving my kidneys to anyone. So, what to do? Okay, I called 2 of my friends to review the strategy. You know, one studied at Oxford, which makes her qualified, another one is basically a spy. So we were like, no, you're not going. So I was like, not going. I felt so strong. I'm not a victim. So I just came to work, and 5 hours later, he called me to ask why I didn't show up. I mean, why are you calling? Like, my CV is not that good, honestly. And I said, well, this was all very creepy. If you want to meet me, I want like an official email with an official email address, like sent with all the details. And after that talk, I was feeling a bit better, but you see, even though my friends are very smart, they're still just girls, you know, and we get like paranoid, and, you know, I needed like to ask opinion of a man, you know, somebody reasonable. So I went to talk to my senior colleague to ask him, like, am I overreacting? Is it just like too weird? And he was like, no, this is not weird at all. You should just go to police and like report the creep. So I went to police, like first time in my life, to report a man. And yeah, I did it. I had a bath. I had a good night's sleep, and it was all finished. Next day, I received an official email. And my brother checked the server, and it was good. It seemed legit. So, I mean, now it's just too creepy. I can't go and meet him. It's just way too much. But you see, by this point, almost half of Europe is involved in my stalker story. And everybody was like, oh my God, if it's legit, you should go to see what happened. What does he want? You know, people were like so curious, and then I was like, well, fine, I'm gonna go. And I went there, and they were sending me like those like long videos, FBI, CIA, how to spot a psychopath, lie to me. But those videos are like 6 hours long, and there is only so much I can do with my work, you know? I don't have time for all of that. So I shared my location, and I went to meet with the guy, you know? Everybody knew where I was. So we were there, he brought like a briefcase with all the forms and photos and like something. So we were like having an interview and everything was going well, and then at some point he asked me, do you have any criminal record? Well, I don't, but you do now. So as you can imagine, I just had to decline. But I also met a nice guy last month at work. Now, when I say met, I mean my colleague has literally locked me in a tiny storage room with him for 2 hours, 1 hour actually, but you know, I'm adding drama, because I was the only person who could help him. So I was like, okay, don't panic, he's just a very big man in a very small room, but you know, just do your thing, be awkward, make no eye contact, and off you go. So you know, I had a plan. So I was packing a goodie bag, and you know, he started to ask me, you know, questions, all the usual ones. How are you? What's your name? Do you have a boyfriend? And but you see, these are my favorite questions because I know answers to all of them. From that point on, I was mainly asking questions because I couldn't risk him asking me something complicated like, what's happening with gas price if oil goes up? Or on which temperature does natural gas become liquid so you can transport it? Like, people are strange, they can ask you everything, and you know, maybe I'm not smart, but you know, not everybody needs to know that. So, you know, we were just talking, and he seemed nice, so I was like, okay, fellow human being, I'm going to grace you with a look. And we were talking, and at one point he said he was very needy, and I was like, please, I have a PhD in needy. And he was like, oh really? So you're like very needy? Do you maybe think that's why you're single? Now, for a split second in my hand, I was, beep, 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 did you just say to me, peasant? But then I thought about it for another second, and I was like, oh boy, you have no idea. But you see, I'm a comedian, so I had a comeback joke ready straight away. It did not land at all,